Centenary Square became a gleaming sea of colour as war veterans and current members of the forces donned their old uniforms and medals to pay their respects on Remembrance Sunday to friends they had lost in conflicts. Hundreds of members of the public lined the edges of Centenary Square to show their gratitude and respect on the 90th anniversary year of the signing of the armistice between the Allies and the Germans, which marked the end to World War I. More than 5 million soldiers worldwide died in that bloody conflict, but unfortunately, despite the high death toll, it did not mark the end to fighting, and the service was also about remembering those who had lost their lives in the Second World War, in Korea, in Ardennes, in Cyprus, in Malaya, Borneo, Northern Ireland and the Falklands, in the 2 Gulf Wars, in Iraq and in Afghanistan. The Prince of Wales Divisional Band, the Salvation Army, the West Midlands Police Male Voice Choir and Birmingham McNeill Male Voice Choir provided the backing music and song to the service, and it was Councillor Chowdhury Rashid who read Lawrence Binyon's evocative words.
As the sun goes down, and in the morning we shall remember them.
Wintry conditions meant it was a day for coats and scarves, and unfortunately at times there seemed to be a lack of the usually military-precise organisation which goes with the event. A 10-minute gap between the Lord Mayor's reading of the Act of Commemoration and the sound of the bugler playing the last post at 11 a.m. meant that elderly veterans were forced to stand to attention for much longer than was necessary. At the close of the ceremony, the bands marched off ahead of the soldiers, meaning that those old soldiers had no music to march to.
Well, I thought it was a complete washout, and especially for 90 years celebration, and I just expected the band to be where it normally is, and I felt that they couldn't march around properly because they need the music there and the band to be playing.
Puts me off from coming next year, to be honest, and I've always come, I say for the last 10 years, I've always come on parade. Although there's more people today marching on parade, it was a good turnout for that, but it needed a bit more organisation as far as I'm concerned.
Wreaths were laid by forces representatives as well as representatives from associated organisations such as the War Widows Association, the Royal British Legion and the British Red Cross.
It comes back at times like this. You try to forget a little bit, but at times like this it all comes back. It's so easy for the young people not to realise what people went through. And I think at least once a year they should be reminded.
Nearly a century after this magnificent tradition first started, hundreds of people are still coming out to show their warmth, gratitude and respect for those who have fallen in conflicts. This is Phil Vinter for the Birmingham Mail.